And Ginger, you were making an interesting comment about this prior to the show. I want you to go back to it. We can talk about the effects of this stuff on your 401k, your IRA, and everything, but inflation is really the devil when it comes to your checkbook.
That's right. I mean, we look at, we're talking about this inside of your 401k, but as a consumer, I don't really care what's happening inside of my 401k. I plan to use those funds later on down the road in retirement. I'm feeling the effects of it now. As a consumer, it costs more, like what you were saying, when you go to buy your groceries and at the gas pump, and my kids need new clothes, and that's more expensive. So that's where we're starting to feel this inflation.
Yeah. Christmas is going to be more expensive this year.
Yeah, if you can find what you're shopping for on your list, because that's
right.
a whole other show,
Yeah.
right? So as we kind of set the table here and talk about inflation, let's tie it in now to the Social Security component to it, because I think that's a great segue, what you said, Ginger, as a consumer. Well, if you're a working American and you're drawing an employment income, you can there's always the possibility of making more money. And in fact, most people are, right? I mean, they're paying $20 an hour for people who work at Buc-ee's, right? So the wages are going up. It still remains to be seen. In fact, part of that article that I was referencing just then about inflation was talking about how it's wiping out the wage increases, right? As prices go up, but at least you're holding serve, right? Are you going to be able to do that in retirement living on Social Security alone?
Well, Social Security got a big increase, at least that hasn't actually come to fruition yet, but they've announced a big increase in Social Security next year. I believe it's 5.9% increase in payments because of the inflationary pressures that have cropped up in 2021. You get a bigger check in 2022. What we don't know yet is what the Medicare premiums are going to be for 2022. What we also don't know is how that's going to affect things like healthcare, which is one of the major expenditures of money for seniors who are on Medicare and on Social Security. Social Security has some increases in it, and it is a great tool. We believe that it is really the foundation, as you mentioned at the opening of the show, Scott. It is the foundation of your retirement. The foundation has to have some increases in it to keep up with the cost of living, but it's not going to keep up with everything. You've got to have something in addition to that. And I know that most of our clients, Ginger, are going to be really welcoming that Social Security increase. And I think they really do begin to realize once they get into retirement how important that foundation of Social Security is.
Right. Yeah, because we look at those guaranteed sources of income that you have to meet that required income amount that you need each month. And then, as far as inflation goes with your plan, with our bucket strategy, we build that into your plan so that you receive some inflationary increases every 5 years or so that we can try and keep pace with that.
Want more content like this delivered to your inbox weekly? Visit fastest4.com to learn more.